All right, I have a little bit to talk to you guys about future dupe here, uh, saving the day once again. I really messed up on this video. So, first of all, I had way too much footage, so I made a bonus video out of it. The extra footage, the rant and the ramble about the software developer interview process. So, that's a bonus video that you guys have seen already. If not, check it out. Uh, and I lost footage from this video, and I blame it on me just not editing fast enough. I need to be like editing as I'm recording, and yeah, to avoid me having to re-record things like this. It's just a waste of time. So I was meaning to talk to you guys about SAS, and I will talk to you guys about that in the next episode, because there's just so much in this episode that I don't want to make it any longer than it already is, but I need to talk to you guys about SAS as soon as possible, because in later episodes I talk to you guys as if I've already told you about it. So I think I don't mention it in this video at all, but I'm going to talk to you guys about it in the next video. So be on the lookout for that. Another thing, in this video, I go over the song list website. I update you guys on that, and then I just do a bunch of LeetCode problems. I have a different idea. So right now, you'll see in the video, it's me solving the problem or finding a problem and then cutting and then the problem solved. You don't actually see the development process. And it's going to be like that for 2 more videos. So this one and the next one. So 2 videos in total. And then what I decided to do and have started doing is recording some LeetCode problems where I just solve it in full, and that's the video. Some of them are a few minutes long because they're really easy, and others I get stuck on and I'm lost for like 30 minutes and then solve it. And some of them I don't solve at all, so I figured I would just include all of those as bonus videos, and I won't be including LeetCode in this series anymore. So there you go. That's what I got to say to you guys. So this is going to be a long video. Apologies. I'm going to try and keep the rest of them below 20. Like, my God, 20 minutes is just insane. Plus 20 minutes is just nuts. So apologies for that. But yeah, enjoy the video. Okay, so welcome to the finalized, quote unquote. It does need work. As you can see, maybe you noticed, we are on the actual live website. I tried this out and everything actually works. Everything works. Works when you resize everything, of course. See, it's got some weird things that I did to make it mobile friendly. However, there are some issues when I put it to a mobile device. For one, we have the powered by 000 web host thing, which is unfortunate. Maybe when I can afford to host this, by paying for it, I'll get rid of that. Another thing that happens is the when you type in here, it works on mobile. It actually does work. So what I was worried about, say you want Through the Fire and Flames, well, you get a whole bunch of other crap, but yeah, you could type that in and it works. Only issue I'm running into right now is when you click here on your phone, your keypad shows up. So it makes the site look like this, where this space is your keypad. I totally forgot about that. So I definitely have some work to do with that to make that not so terrible, because that's sort of the whole point of the site is that. And then forget it on this, it like you see what's going on here. So Not exactly sure what I'm supposed to do about that. It's a pretty interesting problem. Like, it looks good until you use the site for what you're supposed to do. So it's a big problem, but yeah, that's the problem I'm running into now. But other than that, it looks very clean, more modern. It's all I wanted. Just a clean, modern site. You can go on and browse my customs. That's it. I still need to update this. I need to update the live file, or the database, I should say. And then, what do you call it? Yeah, I'll have to go through my customs one day. But yeah, I guess I'll be doing requests on stream soon. Yay. Hi everyone, welcome to LeetCode. We're gonna get started. We're gonna do some problems. This is my first day on the site. There's a whole bunch of categories here. There are 1,050 problems. I'm gonna start with just arrays. Something I know, and we're gonna go with something easy. And I already set it to JavaScript. I figure I'm very good with Python, but JavaScript's the way to go. Let me make this bigger for you guys so you can actually see what I'm writing, maybe. And here we go. Okay, so I finished this one. It didn't take me much time at all. So this site is actually really nice. You have your environment here. You can choose a bunch of languages. I'll be choosing JavaScript because I'd love to choose Python, but I doubt I'm going to be doing any Python jobs. So front-end developer, yeah, going to be using JavaScript. Now, this question was really easy, actually, just because of the assumptions. Each input has exactly one solution. That's great. And you may not use the same element twice. That's also great. So I basically just treated this array like a linked list. That was my solution. I have something keeping this value, and then another variable keeping this value. Yeah, I don't know. But then I have two loops. So first loop keeps track of this. The next loop will go here, here, and here. If we don't find the target, we move this variable up here, and then we move the one that was here up here, and then we check against this. We check this, and proceed. That was my thought process, and it works. So here's my runtime. We're going to I also have like a error handler here, so let's see how I did. Your runtime, 184 milliseconds, faster than 14.33% of JavaScript online. Memory usage, 34.7 megabytes, less than 57.13. So I didn't do very good because I sort of just brute forced this, and yeah, I could definitely come up with a better solution for this because there are 86% of people that did better than me. But for a what do you call it? For a first try after like 3 minutes of solving, I'm okay with this. I'm not happy with it, but I'm okay with it. I'm gonna see if I can make this faster though. So I couldn't come up with a way to make this any faster. So lucky for me, there's a solutions tab. Unfortunately, it's only in Java. But I did solution 1, which is the brute force. There's the time complexity and space complexity. So basically how much space you used, which is none. the 1 basically means nothing. If you see 0 and then 1, that means it's as if it didn't happen. It's constant time, just really fast. And then when you see n, that means O of n. That means you're passing through a data set once. And then n squared, that means you're doing like multiple passes, sort of. Yeah, n number of passes, potentially. Gets very complex. So n squared is not very good. N would be great, because then you can do this with 1 pass through the data set. Unfortunately, I had n squared, but I did solve the problem, so that's a plus. Then there's a 2 pass, where you're still passing through twice, but you're using a hash table, and this is a great example of shit I'll probably never use on the job, but it's like way more efficient. So as you can see here, O of n, time complexity, but the space complexity is O of n. So whereas this doesn't use any space, I actually used a little bit of space in mine, which probably wasn't the best either. But this one does use space. And then same thing with this, O of n, but there's only 1 pass. This would be like the most elegant, is using this, but will I ever code like this? I mean, it'd be cool to know how to code like this, but for the jobs that I'm looking for, I highly doubt that I'm going to be using like this solution for something like that. But I'm gonna stop complaining and keep doing problems. Here's another one I did. This is gonna be terrible. I already know it's gonna be terrible. So you're basically supposed to implement this function that takes an input with some capitalized letters or all lowercase and changes it to all lowercase. So what I did is made a dictionary where the capital letter is the key and the lowercase letter is the value, and just run through it and then see if the key is there. If the key is there, just add the lowercase letter. Otherwise, if it's already lowercase, add that. So I think this is not good, so I'm probably going to do really bad on data. So let's see. Well, it's pretty fast. That's for sure. But yeah, definitely bad on the data. I wonder how this works. It just goes to show how you can do this. There's so many different ways to solve these. This has got to be one of the fastest methods. But, I mean, this isn't great. I really wonder. I'm going to look this up and figure out if there is a better way to solve this, because I feel like this is just not what you're supposed to do at all. So here is the solution. I had a feeling it had to do with ASCII values, and basically you, instead of writing out the big dictionary that I did, you look at the code, the char code, the ASCII code basically, and if it's within a certain range, then you add 32. 32 will lowercase it, otherwise it's already lowercase, assuming your input is, what do you call it, only letters. So yeah, yet again, things that like I'll never ever ever have to deal with. Like, really, if I do deal with this, it's like not a huge part of the job either. I don't know. Plus, you're implementing something that already exists. There's a 2 lowercase function. This is why I feel like I'm wasting my time, but I am having fun, I guess. I am learning a little bit of syntax along the way, so it should speed up my coding. Okay, last problem of the day and probably last thing of the video. So this problem was very difficult. There was a lot to it that I was having trouble with, but this was good practice. Okay, so the problem is you get a sentence or a paragraph, as it says, and you need to count the words, and whichever word shows up the most, you output it. Then you have a list of banned words, so words that you ignore. On top of that, capitals are ignored as well. So this ball is the same as this ball, and also you ignore punctuation. So there's a lot going on here. I start by using a regular expression, and I found this regular expression online. I'm not exactly happy with, just Googling a regular expression that detects punctuation, and it's something that I need to learn. But basically I'm replacing all the punctuation with nothing, and then I'm lowercasing that string. So now we have paragraph lower, and then after that, I could even add the dot split at the end of here too, but that just looks disgusting. After that, we split each word up from the white space, and then I create a map or a dictionary that I'll be using to keep track of the statistics. Check if the word is banned. After that, if the word is inside the statistics already, I'll add 1 to its value. And if it doesn't exist, if I haven't seen the word yet, basically, I'll add it and give it a value of 1. So we've seen the word 1 time. After that, we go into check stats, which is a function here. It's the largest. Basically, I go through every value in this here. So what it looks like is, let's say the first word is Bob. It'll look like this. Right? And then the next one will be, it ignores hit. It'll be A1. So what it does is just goes through all of the keys and checks the value. That's it. That's what it's doing. So, yep, and then it just finds the largest one of those. And then this is just a simple function to check if a word is in the banned list. That's it. So I think this is going to be a pretty bad score, but let's see how I did. There we go. Wrong answer. Oh, okay, I misunderstood. I didn't know. Gotcha. Oh, that's very interesting. In that case, I can solve this by, we can replace these instead of with nothing, we can replace them with spaces, and then that should fix the problem. Oh, okay. Well, let's debug this actually, see if I can debug it. Well, that's odd. I wonder why I'm getting this. Huh. Words should not be banned. That is so strange. I really wonder what's going on here. I'm gonna look into this. Alright, problem solved. Easy, right? Wrong. This was super complicated. So it says it's an easy problem, but a lot of people, including myself, down-thumbed it. This was not easy. As a matter of fact, the solution doesn't even solve the problem that they provided. Someone points that out here. So yeah, terrible problem. Thank you, LeetCode. And yeah, you last saw me fix this input actually, but fixing this input caused some problems. Let me explain how I figured that out. So what happened was I included this regular expression, and what it does is replaces symbols and punctuation with a space. Now that led to some problems. So if I had hello world with 2 commas, what would happen is I would get hello world with 3 spaces in between hello and world. And that's not good, because if I try to split the sentence up into words by splitting through the spaces, if that makes sense, what ends up happening is you get hello, which is fine, then that garbage. So basically it's looking in between the spaces, every single space, for a value, and then it puts that value into an array. So what's in between each of these spaces? Nothing. So it puts 2 values of nothing into the array and then puts world. And then my output ends up being nothing, because nothing shows up more than world and hello. Very confusing. So I decided that after I replace the symbols with spaces, what I'll do is replace chunks of spaces with single spaces, and that's what this replace and regular expression does. It finds chunks of space and changes it to 1 space, which then leads to a good, nicely built array of words. But I still had problems after that, nothing too complicated. Basically, this regular expression was missing the exclamation mark and the single quote. After I added those, I got success with a really high runtime, like a sick runtime, but bad data usage. So I'll take it. This question was pretty stupid, so that's how that got solved. Definitely more complicated than I thought it was going to be. So apologies for the long video. Thanks for watching the whole video, if you did. I don't know how popular these videos are going to be, but yeah, I'm going to start uploading them tomorrow, actually. You guys aren't going to know when tomorrow is, but yeah. Also, I haven't done any Through the Fire and Flames progress videos, and I haven't done any Guitar Hero 101 recording. Yeah, I've been all work, no play, basically, when it comes to my free time, just my days. So apologies for that. I'll be starting to incorporate those on the weekends if I can. Just do all my coding work during the weekdays and just enjoy my weekends, because that's how my life's going to be when I get a job anyways. Aside from that, this is pretty much going to be how the videos are going to go for this series. It's going to be me learning new things and my opinions on them, some planning, projects, and LeetCode. And I'll give you guys some updates on interviews if I get them. I'm not going to keep you guys updated on every job I apply to, but yeah, that's pretty much my plan going forward. So thanks for sticking with me during this. I know you guys want the video game content. I'm going to try my best to start recording that. This way I can mix it all in, because I don't want to completely transition my content to coding only. I need to start recording some video game stuff. So try and do that during the week if I can, and on the weekends definitely. And that's it. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, leave a comment. Hit the notification bell. These videos will stop eventually. When I get a job, these videos will stop, unless you guys like them. But, yep, that's going to be it. Thank you again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.